born in the month of March. In love, career, finance, abundance, emotions, spiritual. Show me what I need to see. For Aries, the Ram, born in the month of March. Show me. Okay, this is the Eight of Swords in reverse. The Eight of Swords. Basically, when a card is reversed, it's basically being the opposite of what it's supposed to be. So, there may be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius in your environment, or you may be taking on the energy of this card. In order for the, trying to explain this for people who are new to it, this card, there's two cards that create the energy of this card, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Lovers. So I need to pull those cards to give you a better, clearer, more in-depth reading. So give me a second to pull those cards. Wheel of Fortune and the Lovers. Okay. This is a general reading, so it some of it may resonate with you. Whatever it doesn't, it just means it wasn't for you. Maybe it's for another viewer. When I do personal readings, specific readings, then it, you know, it'll be more closer to resonation. Although the advice or the feedback that I've been getting is saying that, you know, it's been resonating with people. So just keep in mind, this is a general reading. It has to resonate with everyone, every Aries in March who may be watching this video. So the Wheel and the Lovers. Here we go. There may be a, here's the Lovers card. There may be a Gemini in your environment. Again, another Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So there may be an air sign in your environment, or you may be taking on the energy of a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. The Wheel of Fortune. So basically, just to give you clarification, these two cards make up the energy for this card. So I like to read them both in depth and then put them all together. So the Wheel of Fortune is about change. It's about your story isn't done yet. It's not fully written. Things can change one way or another, and it will change the circumstance of how things turn out in your life. The Lovers card is about balance, feminine, masculine, excuse me, feminine and masculine balance, darkness, light balance, love, peace, balance. It's about balance, but it's also about absorbing in life, taking in what is. This card could also mean one of the people, if you're in a relationship, one of you is enjoying life, just enjoying it, taking it all in, and the other person is more focused on the other person versus enjoying life. So, for example, this person is just taking it all in, breathing life, enjoying what the divine and what life is bringing to the table. This person is watching her more so into her instead of enjoying life the way that she is. This doesn't mean, you know, these cards are they're gender neutral. So you could be any one of those people, only you know. So are you the person that's enjoying life, taking it all in, and the other person is more focused on you? Or are you the person focused on the other person instead of enjoying life? Okay, so when I put that together with the Eight of Swords reverse, where is it? Let's get some clarity. If you're new to my channel, you will know that I go very deep in my readings. I like to get clarity on each card. That way we get a full reading of what's going on. So the Wheel of Fortune card represents the planet Jupiter. Jupiter influences expansion, optimism, fortune, and fate. The Wheel of Fortune is like the genie supersizing its tiny wish into a structure that can be seen from space. Jupiter requires earthlings to go big or go home, so be careful what you wish for. That's the energy of this card. The Lovers card represents Gemini. Gemini is notoriously associated with duality as well as decisions, romance, and creativity. This card represents the understanding that there is a perfect balance in the universe between masculine and feminine, darkness and light, joy and pain. Imbalances will always occur and balance will always be restored. This card also reminds us that as harmless as the wide open middle way seems, there is likely a narrow path or 10 just around the bend. We may all end up in the same place, but we can't all get there the same way. What will the lovers choose if destiny veers them away? Does love mean walking side by side for eternity? All right, so those two energies make up the card of the Eight of Swords, but remember, yours is reversed. So I'm going to read to you what the Eight of Swords means when it's upright, when it's like this. And then that way you'll get a better understanding of when we reverse it, because it's going to mean the opposite for you since it was reversed. So the Wheel of Fortune sits on the path of the lovers. If we know that Jupiter expands anything it touches, this means the path between the lovers will be forced apart even wider. How will they ever find each other again? In fact, we can look at the Angel of the Lovers card as Jupiter, literally widening the path. Funny how the Lovers card forces people apart, but the Devil card keeps them together. The irony abounds. If we look at the actual Eight of Swords, we see someone blinded, bound, and lifted over land and water. This indicates there are situations and emotions this person does not want to deal with. Behind them is 7 swords, and in front of them is 1 sword. Even if they are unbound, they wouldn't see the 7 swords behind them, but they would see the 1 sword that matters. Since we know the swords represent words and thoughts, what are these 7 swords and what's the 1 sword? The first 2 are the fact that the Emperor doesn't know what he needs to say and the Empress doesn't know what she needs to hear. The 3rd sword is whatever painful karmic situations they dealt with in the world. The 4th sword represents the Empress's truth that she has no idea who she is or if she was ready for this. The 5th sword represents her losing her sweetness. She's kind of like, forget everybody. The 6th sword represents Mercury turning their thoughts back toward fixing the past rather than continuing forward. The 7th sword represents the intuition that what the soul wants is different than what it thought. Therefore, the 8th sword represents what the person wants to say going forward now that all that is behind them. But we don't know what that is because they aren't ready to see it or say it or think it. But whatever it is, I suspect it is the key to the lovers finding each other again, no matter how much has come between them. All right. So I broke down each card, so you got to understand it. Now I like to put them together to read the cards. So there may be change that has happened in your relationship. A test. A change. That may be forcing y'all apart. However, Maybe it's supposed to happen this way. Maybe not. Remember, free will is always at play. But you're not letting the words, you're not letting the thoughts get to you. You're not going to be bound by this relationship or bound by what others may say or think about you. Let's get some clarity. Clarify the Eight of Swords in reverse for Aries, born in March. Clarify the Eight of Swords for Aries, born in March. It is clarified with the Devil in reverse. Most people see this card and they freak out. There may be a Capricorn in your environment. Or you may be taking on the energy of a Capricorn. The Devil card represents addictions, lust, being bound. But again, this card is in reverse. So this speaks to you not being bound. You're not gonna let nothing tie you down. You ain't gonna be bound by nobody, no person, no addiction, no lust. You ain't gonna let it happen. Let's get some clarity on the Devil card in reversed. So the Devil, remember, I'm gonna read what the card means when it's upright, and then we'll reverse it because yours is in reverse. All right. This is the Capricorn card. Remember, maybe you was or is bound to a Capricorn, but maybe something like that. Maybe something's about to change. Capricorn is associated with obligatory Capricorn is associated with obligatory relationships, control, work, responsibility, and compulsive behaviors. This picture portrays how we feel inside when we give our power away to remain in situations because we imagine being in those situations make us powerful. Yet we don't realize that if we must give our power away to get power, then we already have the power. This riddle is the key to breaking the Devil's chains. Just to, give you a visual of what's on here. Remember, the keys at the Hierophant's feet. That's another card. It's a Taurus card. And some keys, meaning they can unlock all kind of knowledge. This is the mystery authority figures don't want you to know. They need you, not the other way around. It's the kingdom that creates the king, and the kingdom is within you. So again, I find it interesting that you have the Lover's card. And then you have its opposite card, which is the Devil card. Two people here. This one being, it looks like divine order, but they're separate. These are bound together. I don't know if you can see it. They chained together. But again, yours is in reverse. So what I'm getting here is, ain't gonna be no bound. You're not letting that happening. That ain't happening. Everything in this reading so far is showing that things might not be over completely. There may be a separation. And you may be embracing it. You and the other person, y'all both may be taking this separation in, enjoying it like this. Whoo, whoo, whoo. This is what we need. And you're not going to be bound by rumors. You're not going to be bound by what people saying, by what people think. Because you want to release the chain, the bondage that this relationship may bring. Could it be in a relationship, like an intimate relationship? Could it be in business? Clarify the Devil card in reverse for Aries, born in March. Clarify the Devil card in reverse for Aries, born in March. It is clarified with the Two of Wands. There may be a fire sign in your environment, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Or you may just be taking on the energy of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This card is about having this guy, he has stability in his future. He got the world in his hand. But he's still holding on, looking back to a desire. This could be a desire. This could be a person. But there's something he's looking for, even though he's got it all. What are you looking for, Aries? What is this desire? Who is this person? Could it be someone from your past? Could it be a desire from your past? Because you got stability, but you still looking elsewhere. You got your back turned on the future. I'm going to clarify this Two of Wands because again, this is another card that has two energies to go with it. Two of Wands, which is the Tower and the Emperor. Let's pull the Tower and the Emperor. Oh my God. The Tower and the Emperor. Y'all, these videos be so long, but I try to be so thorough and in-depth. I could just give you a quick overview, Tower and the Emperor. But I don't think that would give you the most clear reading. Tower and the Emperor. Where's the Emperor? Here's the Emperor. Okay. The Tower card is about change. I find it interesting that you got 3 cards with couples on here. You got this. You got this. Couple, couple, couple. This ain't no coincidence. Okay? So the Tower's about change. Maybe you feel like you done fell off. Maybe y'all both feel like y'all done fell off. Maybe in a relationship. Maybe in finances. But there's definitely an awakening going on. The Emperor, this is an Aries card. This is you, Aries. The Emperor, this is your card, okay? So there may be an Aries in your environment. Or you are definitely, it makes sense for you to take on the energy of the Emperor because this is your card. So the Emperor, although he sits on his throne, he living good. He is guarded. He got his defense up. And although he's living in the present, he's still looking at the past like, I don't trust you. Again, I like thorough clarity. So I'm going to read the Tower and the Emperor and then tie it into the Two of Wands. Okay. So we got the Tower. The Tower represents Mars. Mars influences raw power, anger, passion, destructive acts of nature, and inflexible righteousness. You see the bolt of lightning coming out the sky? See that? That's Mars. Mars is tired of playing with you. What is not built on a solid foundation will not stand. You will not build a tower of bullshit and crown yourselves king and queens of shit don't stink. A fresh start is required, but first, you got to be humble. Pluck yourselves from the fire and pray for rain. It sounds bad, but if Mars is the power required to bust you out of hell with the damn devil, it's all good, right? Okay. That's that. Now let's go to the Emperor. Then I'll put it all together. Okay, here we go, the Emperor. Y'all, I'm so glad I learned Roman numerals in school. Anyway, the Emperor card represents Aries. This is you. Aries is associated taking the initiative, being a boss, having strong personal boundaries, and refusing to compromise. He gets shit done without having to get up because when he calls, folks come running. He attracts all the need. I don't know why my words are slipping up with you Aries reading today. Y'all forgive me. He attracts all he needs from his seat of power, except no man is an ally, and after business hours, the Emperor has a hard time letting his guard down and letting people love him. His defense mechanism works well in war and too well at home. You see how he's not turning his head but staring at the Empress. Okay, so the card will come before this is the 3, and that's the Empress. So they saying that he's looking at the Empress, okay? He expects her to read his mind. Child, ain't nobody got time to be reading your mind. You better speak up, King. All right? So these 2 cards create the energy of the Two of Wands. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it all together. And let's get this reading going. There's a change about to happen or has already happened. Possibly in your relationship. Could be with a Gemini. Could be a separation going on. But y'all could be embracing the situation. Could be embracing what it is. Maybe it's meant to be. One of y'all may be focused on enjoying life. The other person may be too focused on the other person. Only you know who that is, Aries. All right. But whoever that is focusing on the other person, they need to take in more of life. They need to embrace life, enjoy life more than they looking at the other person, worry about them. But you, Aries, may have a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in your environment or a Capricorn. You're not going to let this bound you. This separation, this relationship, you're not going to be bound by it. You're not going to let words, thoughts, so basically you ain't worry about what nobody got to say about you, what nobody think about you. You're doing what you got to do to be released, to be free from expectations, free from bondage, free from desires of people that mean you no good, which may involve a Capricorn. The change that's happening, you may be done fell off in your relationship. If this is business, y'all may be done fell off in your business-ship, your partnership. It just ain't working out. And something that had to come in, an external force that had to come in and shake things up to go ahead and dissolve what's been going on. You, Aries, got your guard up. You ain't trusting. You got your defense up. Yeah, you living in the present. You sitting good. You king or queen, because it's gender neutral. I got some female Aries. I'm sure it's a male Aries. So I'm just saying, we talking about the emperor. So I'm saying he, but if you a female watching, just imagine it's you, the queen, sitting on your throne, okay? But whoever you are, you got your guard up. You fully armored. You living in the present. But it's something in that past that you ain't trusting. It's something about this relationship, something about this partnership that you're not trusting. And although your future, there's stability in your future and everything's good for you, there's a desire that you're still looking for that may be attached to the past. Could be a desire, could be a person. Did I read the Two of Wands? I don't even know if I read the Two of Wands for y'all. I don't think I did. I didn't. So here we go. Let's read this Two of Wands, all right? Because I didn't bring complete clarity to that. Okay. So, keep in mind, I got to show you so you understand what we're talking about. These two energies, these cards, create the energy for this card, all right? Oh, and then you may have a fire sign in your environment, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or you may be taking on the energy of that. Okay, so the tower is falling, okay? It's falling on the Emperor's head. Perhaps he is angry with the Empress. Perhaps he built the relationship on a false foundation, one that was based on his desires only. And what is he thinking? What are you thinking, Aries? You see the crown flying from the tower. Does he want to be emperor or not? But what makes an emperor? His kingdom or his empress? If we look at the actual Two of Wands, we see a man looking off into the sea. He has two wands. One he eagerly reaches for. And keep in mind, these wands can mean desire. These wands can mean people. All right. So he has two of them. One he eagerly reaches for, and the other stabilized and clasps to the foundation. He has the world in his hand. If he already has a stable one and the world, what is he reaching for? Maybe he figures he can trade the world right quick and get another one. Another person, another desire, another relationship, another business partner. I don't know. Only you know that. I guess he figures he doesn't have to hold on to the stable one because it ain't going nowhere. So what does he do? He offers the world to his new one, the unstable one, ready to fall. So if y'all look at this, this is like stabilized, and this one, you know, he holding on to it. It's not as stable as the other. I don't know, Aries. But you do. I can't see everything. Any advice for my Aries born in March? Any advice for my Aries born in March? The King of Swords, reversed. There may be a fire sign in your environment, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There may be an air sign in your environment, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. When we see the King of Swords cards, this is a, you know, a master of speech, master of thoughts. He got it together. But yours is in reverse. So, the King of Swords is someone who knows exactly how to fire up people's imagination because of how well he explains things. He can be inflexible with perception and decision making. So with yours being in reverse, are you not being able to communicate thoroughly? Are you not able to explain yourself at this time? But keep in mind, I asked about advice. So maybe you don't need to explain yourself right now. Maybe you need to be flexible with perception and decision making. And this king, he's holding on to his sword, which would be his thoughts or his words. He's holding on to it. But again, yours is in reverse. So I don't know. Maybe you need to open up and share your thoughts and speech with whoever. This sword could also mean, you know, using the sword to cut things off. But again, yours is in reverse. So maybe you don't need to cut things off at this time. Ooh, Aries. Clarify the King of Swords reverse. For Aries, the Ram. Born in March. Clarify the King of Swords reverse for Aries, the Ram, born in March. Show me. Is clarified with the Moon reverse. This has been a reverse. Wait a minute, is it reverse? Yeah, this has been a reverse night, y'all. The Moon is about illuminating things. The Moon normally illuminates, okay? Whatever was hidden is normally revealed. With these animals here, normally it's a decision. So it's like, does the person want to be the wild and free wolf, or does it wants to be the you know, the loyal but curious dog who's just based on routine, day in, day out, same old mundane life? Or does it want to be like the crab here that can be live in water and on earth, which water would symbolize emotions and the earth would symbolize reality. So the crab can be, you know, balanced in emotions and reality. That's what this card is about. However, yours is reversed. So that would mean maybe it's not time to reveal some things right now. Maybe it's not time to make a decision. Or maybe it is time to make a decision. It just might not be time to put it out there just yet. I need to get some clarity on the Moon, because I'm all about clarity. The clarity queen, okay? So, oh yeah, there may be a Pisces in your environment. Because this is a Pisces card. or you may be taking on that energy, or maybe you need to, since this is the advice card. Okay, so the moon represents Pisces. Pisces is associated with faith, divinity, fears, dreams, and the totality of the human experience. This is the mystery of the journey, when we've done all we can do and now we must face the darkness behind the veil. What do we truly believe? Who are we when no one else is around to guide us? How have we learned to balance our fears, faith, and base instincts? Are we the wolf who howls at the moon, surrendering our lives to her phases? Are we the dog driven by curiosity into the night, but ultimately loyal to going home and doing things the way we've always done? Or are we the crab who walks the middle way, living as easily in water, our emotions, as on land, the reality? So again, that's the upright version. Yours is reverse. Who, Aries? What do y'all got going on? For real. I asked for advice for the Aries born in the month of March. Keep in mind, this is a general reading. It has to resonate with a few Aries. So one of the advice could be to, with the King of Swords, you might need to let a person know what you're thinking. You might need to go ahead and say it. But at the same time, there may be some things that don't need to come out just yet. There may need some decisions that need to be made. You probably already made them in your mind. You've been thinking about them, but maybe they might not be ready to come out just yet. Ooh, clarify the moon in reverse for Aries born in March. Clarify the moon in reverse. Clarify the moon in reverse for advice for Aries born in March. What advice do you have for Aries born in the month of March? The Six of Pentacles in reverse, another reverse card. Okay, this card is about being generous. Sometimes it can be about giving to two. Two. Is there a third party going on, Aries? Because your advice is in reverse. Meaning maybe you don't need to give the two right now. Maybe you don't need to be as generous with your time, with your money, with your relationships, with your situations. Because it's unbalanced right now. Things are not balanced right now. Let's get some clarity on this Six of Pentacles. That's it upright. We're going to get some clarity on it. Oh, Lord. All your advice cards in reverse, Lord. Six of Pentacles, High Priestess, and the Hierophant. This is another card that we need to look at. Two more to get a full understanding. Y'all, I'll be up. Who is it? High Priestess and the Hierophant. Oh, yeah. There may be a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo in your environment, or you may be taking on this energy. I be wanting to keep, here go the Hierophant. Again, like I say, another Taurus. This is the Taurus card. There may be a Taurus in your environment. But I be trying to keep these videos short. But oh my God, the details. Who is it? High Priestess and the Hierophant. Yeah. I can't half do it, y'all. I just can't. Like, you got to know the full detail because it got to resonate with all the Aries. I don't know who gonna be watching, male, female, what they going through, and they got to be able to touch everybody. So if you don't like details, you don't like thoroughlity, I just made that up, then you probably ain't gonna like my page because I be all about clarity and details. Okay, so the High Priestess and the Hierophant, Six of Pentacles. Okay, let's move this down. The High Priestess is about, keeping secrets. Ooh. The High Priestess knows all but says little to nothing. She gonna keep it close. She ain't gonna put it all out there. She ain't finna be yelling, arguing, and all that. She gonna say it one time and that's it. You got it or you didn't. But she ain't gonna tell you everything. Because the High Priestess holds secrets. That's what they do. Remember, we talking about advice. Maybe you do need to hold on to some things right now. The Hierophant, again, is a Taurus card. You may be taking on this energy, or there may be a Taurus in your environment. The Hierophant is all about lessons, learning lessons. You may be the one learning the lessons, or you may be the one that is receiving the lessons. All right, so with that being said, we're going to read the High Priestess, we're going to read the Hierophant, and then we're going to figure out this Six of Pentacles. Then we got to reverse it because your stuff coming up reverse, and then that'll be your reading, okay? The High Priestess represents the moon. The moon influences all things cyclical, okay? Emotions, secrets, pregnancies, intuition. The High Priestess sits with the dark moon at her feet because she rules over the mysteries of life. She guards the luscious garden, yet you can only sneak a peek. Her cycles of planting and growth are ancient secrets. She knows all and says next to nothing. If she speaks, it's in a still small voice. Do you listen? Because she rarely repeats herself. All right, the Hierophant represents Taurus. Taurus is associated with structure, stability, commitment, and social institutions like churches, schools, corporations, and marriage. You see those keys at her feet? Some keys right here. This means the Hierophant is in control of some serious knowledge, some of which he can tell you and some of which he can't. Depending on the institution he represents, he might know everything from the 10 Commandments to which side of the street to park on weekends to how to fix your relationship if you really mess up. Maybe there's a hiring that's going to teach you a lesson. You know, a Taurus in your environment that's going to teach you a lesson. Or who you need to teach a lesson. Don't expect them to always appear in his robes, though. Teachers often hide among students unaware. Everyone can teach you something because everyone hopefully lives according to their own spiritual laws. There is a Hierophant in all of us because every man is a law unto himself. All right. Then we got the Six of Pentacles, reversed. Okay. Okay, so basically when I read what this means, again, these two cards, let me do it like this for the camera, create the energy of this. Okay. All right. So it says the High Priestess has come to the priest. Interesting. What's up with these two anyway? Are they a couple or not? The Emperor and the Empress sit together all up in everyone's faces, but these two are low key. I would have never known they even knew each other until she came to visit. What is she telling him? What would the High Priestess need to confess to the priest? The secrets of her heart? What did he say back? Let's look at the Six of Pentacles card. I lost my space, y'all. Okay, we have a man who I assume is the Hierophant because he's wearing red. There are two people begging at his feet. At first glance, we could say he's being unfair because he's giving everything in his hand to the person on the left and none to the person on the right. Who is that person on the right who gets nothing? I assume it's the High Priestess because the figure is wearing blue, positioned underneath the scales the Hierophant holds. The scales indicate there is a relationship here. There is a balance, a give and take that needs to be considered. So no, he doesn't pay any attention to the High Priestess, despite what she says to him. But notice the scales are balanced. Somehow, his ignoring her is fair. She might feel like he's giving everything he has to someone else. But with all those pentacles he could be giving, what is he actually giving? Crumbs? Dust? And if dust is all he can give, what he could be giving hold on. And if dust is all he can give when he could be giving pentacles, is the High Priestess really missing out? Also, why is the High Priestess down here begging like she's not a whole goddess? What? If she represents the intuition of the Empress, then this demonstrates that the Empress still doesn't know who she is. If she doesn't recognize herself, how is the Hierophant supposed to recognize her? She's disguising masculine energy, acting externally instead of magnetizing internally. Since she isn't focused within herself, he pays her no mind either. Now that is deep right there, because if this is about relationships, remember in the beginning, I said one person's focused on enjoying life, the other person so focused on looking at the other person. They don't even know who they are. And if they don't know who they are, it's going to be hard for somebody to really love you, because guess what? You don't know who you are, so they don't know who you are. But it's in reverse. And remember, this is advice. So, I'm going to read it all together, because who, Aries? Lord, what do you have going on here? There's definitely a relationship, partnership thing going on in this reading. Something has changed. Something, the wheels done turned. All right. And this thing that you thought was divine, and maybe it was, and maybe it still is, there's a separation between the two. One of y'all is more focused on the other person than they are on themselves. If that's you, Aries, you need to focus on you. If it's the other person, they need to focus on themselves. Because you're not trying to be bound. You're not trying to be stuck. But something's happening. Something's shaking up the whole foundation of what's going on. And you may be considering if you even want to be in this relationship or partnership anymore. Your guard is up. You don't trust the past. You don't trust the foundation anymore. I think this card got messed up. Why is that? There is stability in your future. You may have a stable relationship already. But there's another desire you holding on to that you're looking for. You good. You living good. You looking good. Okay, you smelling good. You got the world in your hand. But that stable relationship, that stable person, that stable foundation, it ain't enough, because you still holding on to another desire. That could be another desire. That could be another person. Could be a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Maybe you need to speak speak what you say, what you're thinking, but you don't want to illuminate it all. There's decisions that need to be made. Maybe you already made it. Maybe you ain't made it yet. Maybe you need to hold off on making your decision right now. It's not ready to come all the way out right now. You may need to keep it to yourself right now. It might not be time to explain things. You need to be flexible with your decision making right now, with your perception of how you're seeing things. So although you may know some things deep down, you might need to hold it to yourself right now. Learn the lessons that you need to learn. Teach the lessons that you need to teach. This may not be a time to be given to two. You may not be giving your time to two people, your money to two people, your anything of value. This may not be the time to do that until you get some things balanced out in your life. And it looks like the person that in this card who they're giving to is someone from the past. And the one in the future, yeah, it's like he's judging that person. You see the scales, there's a judgment here. There may be a Taurus, Libra or Capricorn in your environment. Or you may be harnessing this energy. So whatever's going on, whatever's happened with that person from the future who's begging, maybe they begging for forgiveness, maybe they begging for your time, maybe they begging for your money. Begging for your love. You weighing those options. You're like, I'll give it to them. I'll give it to my past. But again, this card is in reverse. So maybe you need to be given to the one that's in your future. Maybe you don't need to be as judgmental. Look towards your future, Aries. Give to your future, Aries. Give your time, your money, your resources, your love to your future. Maybe it's time to stop giving to two. Who Aries? Y'all work me. Oh Lord. I said that Taurus born in April was officially long video. Now it's you, Aries. Y'all are officially the longest video I've done. But again, I'm Taurus Takeover. I'm all about clarity. I hope you got clarity. Make sure you share this video. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. That way whenever I post videos, you'll get notified. You know, leave comments. Let me know if it resonated with you. If y'all feeling it. Am I hitting it on point? Like, what am I peeking into y'all future? Because Aries, y'all got some stuff going on here, and it's all about relationships. You got 2, 3, 2, 2, 2. So that's why I say it's a relationship or it's a partnership issue in love or in business. Y'all let me know, Aries. Y'all, woo, boy. Y'all got some decisions to make. But hey, take your time. Take your time. Make the right decision. Some things you need to keep to yourself. But there's a lesson to be learned. There's a lesson to be taught. Share your thoughts. Speak your thoughts. Share your thoughts. But don't tell it all. And you got it all, but you want more, which most humans do. But are you going to look to the future, to the stable, to the stability? You want the stability? Then look to the future. Because it's something in that past you ain't trusting. You got your guard up. This partnership, this relationship, it done fell off. You don't even know if you want to be king or queen of this no more. Something out of y'all control is causing this shake-up, break-up, this change. But you don't want to be bound. You ain't trying to be stuck. You just want peace. You want to embrace life and prepare for the change that's about to come. So Aries, born in the month of March, this has been your reading. I do apologize for the length, but it's y'all fault, okay? It is not mine. It's all you, okay? So thank y'all for watching. Thank you for your time, and I will see you in the next video.